Alright, hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to edit a open video. So the easiest way that we are able to do open videos is through a great program called Envato Elements. If you go to Envato Elements, they will have these video templates here for you. So I got a whole list of them right here. And the easiest way to find a good template for a hype video is to, if you select openers, and then you can search basically whatever you want. So you can do sports, not spots, sports. There you go. Gives you a bunch of cool different ones. Whatever kind of look you want to go for. You can find plenty of them on here. Or you can try, let's see, hype. Usually gives you some good ones. Promo. Basically whatever kind of look you want to go for, whatever kind of tempo you want, you can find on Envato templates. So I'm going to go here. Let's see, if I picked dynamic opener right here, I would go to download, select open videos, add and download. And then it will give you a zip folder that you can click and drag into whatever folder you're editing from. So here's the zip folder. I've already unzipped it right here. Gives me a dynamic event opener. Go into the folder, and it has different After Effects templates. And then in the folder, so you can ignore these 3 shots. These are just some footage shots that I plan to use as an example. So if you were to open the unzipped folder, this is typically what any template will give you. It will give you After Effects files. Sometimes it'll give you a font file, or it'll give you like a text document on where to find the font that they used in it. So right now it's giving me a link to go and buy the font. I'm not going to do that. And then a lot of the times, which is really nice, they will give you a tutorial video. So if you were to click on it, they'll run you through a tutorial on how to use the project. I would highly recommend going through this or scrubbing through this. It'll tell you how to import all your shots, how to edit all of it as well, scaling it in, even changing different assets of the folder or assets of the project file, like all the coloring and text and all that kind of stuff. So these tutorial videos are extremely helpful. Okay. So I already have the project open right here. If you were to open it, usually when you open up a project for the first time, it'll have a render sequence on After Effects. This is always the sequence, or the composition, I should say. Sorry, the composition that you are going to export at the end when you are done editing. Right now there's an edit composition that has just all these different sequences, video sequences, text sequences, effects. This is where basically all the magic happens in an After Effects template. Okay, so let's go up to here. There'll be a folder usually called placeholder, or sometimes it's called edits, like in all caps, meaning this is what you edit, don't touch anything else. So if I were to open this placeholder folder, it has all these different things that you can change. So you can add in your logo at the end. If you were to click here, all the text files or compositions. What you're mainly going to be focusing on is the change or footages sequences, compositions, sorry. So if you were to click on footage 1, right now it's just blank, but this is where you would put your first shot of your video, or your second shot, or your third shot. Okay. Right now we're going to go to render. We're actually going to go close out this folder a little bit, just this, and I am going to right click, make a new folder, label it footage, and then I'm going to open up that folder, go up to file, import file, and then ignore all this, training. I'm just going to bring in a few example shots so I can show you what it looks like. So these are just some random shots I had lying around. Okay. So let's go to footage 1, and for the first shot I want it to be this crowd shot. So you can, when you click on the video, obviously the MP4 of the video will come up on here. And then you can scrub through. You gotta kind of be a little slow and be a little patient with After Effects because it's a big program. It takes a lot to run it. So let's say I want the video to start, let's just say right here. You can set an in point to current time. So if you were to click this, this is where you'll have the video start. And we'll just keep going. Let's say I want it to end right about, we'll just say this is the max length we'll give this video. Okay, click and drag it onto the timeline. There you go, so that it starts. And then if you ever need to change the sizing of this video, if you go click right here, go to transform, just like in Premiere Pro with scaling and positioning, just make it smaller, make it bigger, move it around wherever you need to be. And then if we were to go into render and go to the beginning of our sequence, so right now this is the title sequence, and then it would go into this first little shot. There you go. You can see the shot right there. We'll do footage number 2. We'll do this dance one. We'll just say we want to start right there as she's jumping. Click and drag. And we'll do footage 3 as well. We'll make it this dancing one, 2. So we'll start right there as they start to go down. Okay. Drag it to beginning of the sequence. Go back to render and take a look and see how it looks. Alright. And like I said, After Effects, it takes a little bit for it to give you like a full preview. You can't really press play and just, I mean you can press play, but then it's just going to take quite a while for it to fully render out and give you a preview. So this will be a very slow motion preview, but you can kind of see just how it works. Yeah. So if you were to scrub through, so let's say there's the title sequence, maybe you could put a logo sting here, and then just start putting your footage where you want it to. Yeah. And here if you were to go to edit, and we'll just scroll all the way down, you can see there's a thing called footage 1 here. It's this little red thing that just kind of shows you how long the clip will be. Okay, footage 2 is right there. It's about the same length. Footage 3, so a lot of these are just the different footages you can see. So all these red ones, you can see like what the length of each clip will about be. And yeah, usually what I like to do when I'm editing on After Effects is kind of just place clips wherever I can and then just see how it looks, and I can always go back and change it later. Okay, and that is about it. The one thing I would not recommend doing with After Effects is putting music or sound into it. When you are done editing, let's say you have all your shots completed, go to render, file, export. Best way is to add into the render queue, and then it will go here. Right now it'll render out high quality, which means it'll render out as an MOV file, which later on you'll just have to convert to an MP4 file. If I were to click right there, let's just say I want to label it Dragons Open. I usually do render, so I know that I need to convert it to an MP4. Save, press render, and it'll start rendering. Sometimes it'll take a while, sometimes it won't. It just depends on what type of project you have. And then once you have that into an MP4, I would just bring it into Adobe Premiere Pro, put it with your music, which you can either get the music from Envato Elements or APM music as well. And then edit it with all your music and audio in there. So yeah, that's how you make an open video.